It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined at the broadcast table by Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And as always, we'll hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. A contest between conferences, Atlanta, where the Hawks take to their home floor. And Atlanta has possession after the miss from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Okongwu. Tries again, and the layup is good.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy. Oh, you gotta finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
And this past offseason, Stan, was pivotal for the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, they've been at a crossroads, Kevin, every offseason since their Eastern Conference Finals run in 2021. But after missing out on the playoffs last season, changes seemed inevitable.
And now, just over a minute played here in the first. Okongwu at the elbow. On the wing, Daniels. The Hawks working the ball around. Johnson from outside. Hits the three-point bomb. Johnson's got 5.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
The kick out to Young. There's the triple. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And easy to admire Young's confidence. Knows he has the ability to drain it from way outside.
Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now here's Williams to the inside. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. With the drive. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And a 3-level score. That time, SGA takes it all the way.
It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Reza Shai. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. The people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game, pulling in the right direction. Thunder trailing by 4. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Over to the left wing. Outside Williams. Shot clock at 6. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And it's out of bounds and last touch by Holmgren. And Oklahoma City making a change here.
Number 22, Casey Wallace.
1:52 left in the first. Pass to Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
The Hawks leading by 4. Down low. Young's shot is off. And here's Wallace. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Here's Dort. Rebound by Johnson.
And we talk about the importance of protecting the rim. Right there, outstanding defense. .102 left to play in the first quarter. 6 to shoot. Back to Okongwu. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Thunder trailing by 4. Pass to Young. Johnson outside. On the wing, Johnson. .35 seconds left to play here in the first. Back to Okongwu. Wide open look. That one misses. And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
Here's Holmgren. And he gets the bucket.
And once Holmgren gets the ball in there, he can finish in so many ways.
And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul.
Substitution on the court.
There's 10 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Johnson outside. Reza Shea wide open. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Hawks lead by 5 and will return shortly.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
To the paint, Okongwu. And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot, can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
Now, Caruso. Clock at 6. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Reza Shea with the rebound. The Hawks leading by 5. Here's Young. Pass to Daniel. Young outside. The 3-ball. Connects from 3-point range. Young's got the lead up to 8 now for Atlanta.
And that's just too easy for Young. The D has to guard him a lot better than that beyond the arc.
And here is Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander following the bucket by the Hawks. Pass to Caruso. Okongwu grabs the board.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
And yes, it's good. Reza Shea's got 5 now.
Well, that's a great sign for Reza Shea, proving he can handle the physicality of the NBA.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. The Hawks leading by 12. Pass to Johnson. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
They can use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Lays it up off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second bucket of the game to go. So it's the Hawks now. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Here's Okongwu. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. What do you got for us, D.A.?
Kevin, thank you. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an elite scorer. Coach Mark Daigneault said the sign of a good player is being a source of reliable offense. At the same time, he's learned to impact the game in other ways, and that's why he's a really good player. He's not just a hired gun scorer. Kevin?
Totally agree, D.A. He is a franchise cornerstone type of guy. And we thank you for the report. We're talking about Trae Young here, G.A. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
And here's Wallace. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. It's a 10-point game. And Atlanta has possession. Picks it out to Johnson. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And stolen by Caruso. By himself. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Pass to Williams. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Down it goes. That's 4 made from the field. He's 4 of 8.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Here is Daniels. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now, here's Okongwu. 8 points for him. On the wing, Daniels. From outside the arc. The Hawks again can't hit. Thunder trailing by 7. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Inside. Here's Hartenstein.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
Well, with all the momentum they've built up, I don't see this run stopping anytime soon.
On the wing, Daniels. Johnson the screen. From downtown. No good. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Hawks ahead, up by 5. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Over to the wing. Back to LeVert. Stolen by Dort. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Atlanta with the rebound. LeVert with it. Williams picks him up. They get it back. Second shot opportunity. And Capella with the layup. Capella's got the first bucket of the third here for Atlanta. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Pass to Krejci. Puts up a deep 3. An absolute bomb from 3-point range. Krejci's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. To the middle. Here's Williams.
Nice find by Gilgeous-Alexander. He reads the floor so well.
The Hawks leading by 6. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch-and-shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Capella with the bucket.
And defenders have to be mindful of Capella. His length and strength can be a problem down low.
And a wide-open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Traps in the tray. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points now this quarter. Here's Krejci. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Holmgren. The Hawks have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. Stan, we talk about this every night. So much great young talent coming into the NBA. Is there one player, though, in particular, who right now stands out to you?
Well, I have to say, Kevin, Victor Wembanyama. I don't know that we have ever seen a guy of that size do the things that he does. Now, you can say, well, what about Nikola Jokic? Well, Nikola Jokic, first of all, is not Victor Wembanyama's size. And then Victor's handle and his length, the guy's incredible. He's going to be the face of the NBA for a long, long time.
Off on the layup. The Hawks leading by 4. Here's LeVert. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Oh, tricky shot for LeVert. Defense is all over him, but he draws a foul on that attempt.
And the Thunder making a switch here. LeVert hits both of them. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. And Capella sends it back.
Opponents have to be careful when Capella is in the area. What an impressive display of timing.
And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Thunder trailing by 6. Williams next for 2. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. There's 1:59 left to play here in the third. Screen by Niang. Fires from deep. And the 3-ball is good. Niang's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And how about the recognition there from LeVert? Coaching staff will appreciate that kind of ball movement.
Here's Mann. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. And it's a 12-point Atlanta lead.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. On the wing, Williams. Now here's Caruso. No scoring in this one. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Williams. The Thunder with another miss. And it's the Hawks' ball. They've got an 8-0 run. Here's Niang. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Both shots good from the stripe. And Caruso's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. They trail by 14. Dort wide open. Cans it from downtown. Dort's got 5 now.
And when you have Dort on your side, this is what he brings on the offensive end. Great off the catch and fire. Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
And so here is Oklahoma City following the bucket by the Hawks.
Well, he led him with the pass there. almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Pass to Capella. Now Niang sinks the triple. Niang's got the lead up to 14 now for Atlanta. Williams, that's a two-pointer. The rebound by Niang. To the inside. And the dunk by Capella.
And how about his athleticism for a big man? Capella is able to make plays above the rim.
Caruso with the ball. No good that time. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Thunder trailing by 16. In the corner, Wallace with it. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. They get a hand on it. And stolen by Caruso. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Wiggins. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one drops for him. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Oklahoma City. Young outside. Goes back up. They get it back. Here's Okongwu. Johnson, a wide open look. Misses the three. Under trailing by 14. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. And Young picks him up defensively. Pass to Caruso. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And watch out for SGA going to the basket. He will put it on your head if you're not watching.
The kick out to Young. And Okongwu has it in the corner. Back to Young. 6 on the shot clock. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. That one goes. Count it. And the Hawks lead by 14.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
During that last break, Coach Mark Daigneault talked to his team. He was preaching the importance of effort, saying he wanted to see second and third efforts each possession. We need to be the more active team down the stretch. Guys?
Thanks, David.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
On the wing, Daniels fires the three. It's good from long range. Daniels has got himself on the board with 3 there. Stan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the 2 biggest would be this. I think number 1, anytime there was a lack of effort, not running back on defense, things like that, that I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again, and then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just excruciating.
Frustrating as heck.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Hawks.
Well, I love how connected they've been defensively. They're right into shooters and piling up block shots.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Nice jump shot. Good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 points in the quarter.
Well, look, if he misses that shot, coach might think of benching him. He's pretty fortunate he got that one to go.
Young outside. Poke loose.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Hawks.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Onyeka Okongwu.
He has really stood out tonight with his work on the glass. You can see the extra effort coming through.
Pass to Johnson. And it's Johnson with the jam.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working.
Back to Daniels. Young up top. Lets it go with a three. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's a 14-point game. And so it's Atlanta with it. They led the game at 1 point by 20. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. A confident